Call the Jesse Knoll cases. There are two pending. Mr. Reynolds is back in the courtroom. We also have Mr. Altenberg, who initially was going to have a conversation, but whichever one of you wants to share where we're at.
So I think he wants a public defender.
I'm not going to have a public defender because the permit pop up and interest me in the public defender.
You're speaking really quickly. I couldn't hear you.
There's a permanent conflict of interest with me in the public defender's office, and I'll tell you this. And I already have the other lawyers on my other cases, so can I just have them appointed, Emerson and Zale?
So tell me a little bit about the conflict, because remember, in our court, we have a different public defender than they have down the hall. Our public defender is.
Office. You can't make me get a lawyer
No,
from the same office.
It's not from the same office. The state public defender's office any lawyer from the state public defender's office may not be able to represent you. The person that we call it's really our court appointed counsel for defendants who can't afford counsel is a completely different person, and she's not part of their office. So I don't know that there is a conflict. That's what I'm trying to share with you. That's number one. Okay, so Ashley Toline is the person who represents people who I've appointed to have a counsel. She's not part of the state public defender office. Point number one. Number two, the lawyers who've been appointed as alternate defense counsel down the hall don't have the legal authority to come to our court. They don't get paid for the work to come to our court, so they can't just say, I'm coming down. They get paid for state court cases. So just want to share that with you. Those lawyers, that you can still talk to them if you like, for certainly they're free to give you legal advice, but they're not the ones who will be on our list of people who we appoint counsel to represent defendants for. So my sense is that you've probably not even met Ashley Toline. I can double check and look at your other cases, but I doubt she's ever been appointed to represent you.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the public defender's office, then I mean, that's fine.
Okay. So you want to apply, and I'll just ask you a couple of quick questions. Has your economic situation changed since the last time I saw you, Mr. Knoll? Are you still living outside?
Yeah, and I wanted to bring that up here. In November, you ordered a housing assessment done, and that under the conditions that I get my state ID and social security card, that they would drop that charge as long as they would be helping me with my housing. It's been like almost 8 months now, and they have not done anything to help me with my housing, except for say whenever your name's on the list. After a while, I've done this. The direct result of me not having my housing. If I had my housing, I would have been better by at least a bridge. I fulfilled my end of the bargain on that part. I got my ID and my social security card. I don't feel like the court, the people that had to fulfill their part as far as like helping me get my housing, because all I keep hearing from these people is whenever your name pops up, I mean, I'm just gonna be real here. I know grads that have sat there and got their housing within 2 months of them applying, and just because they're erratic. I know there's people that got there after me just because they wanted to choose to sit there and put them in housing. And I think that's unfair because I looked this up, that the government sits there and gives emergency homeless vouchers for these people, and it's the next man up. It's not whoever you choose to sit there and give this to, it's the next man up. They qualify for it, that's what it is, you're going to give it to them. You don't just sit there and say, I'm going to sell these vouchers, and whatever we decide to get around to doing this. Because I know my name has come up, but I don't have people advocating for me saying, hey, he's a really good guy, I just haven't given me housing. I don't have any of that. I'm saying, I just sit here and wait patiently, and something like this is the direct result of that. I'm gonna have to sit there and say something now because Nick said he was gonna be checking on this. I just now got I can show you listen to the voicemail. As was time, I'm the one who kept contacting these people. I'm the one who kept doing that. They have never reached out to me unless I have contacted them first. They say, well, this Rick Pineda come up. Oh, we don't do anything about that. We don't have any saying it. This, we don't have any saying it. Then how are you helping me? This is from these people. I can sit there and show you the voicemail from this morning. I had left them, like I keep sending them links saying, well, what's up with this? What's up with that? These from government sites about the vouchers and stuff, and they are doing nothing to help me except for saying, oh, I guess we'll fill out all the whatever's name pop up. But you do it, you're helping other people. Well, other people have other people helping me.
If I could make a record on the housing, just to explain a little bit to Mr. Knoll.
Why don't you do that privately, not on the record? I appreciate that, Dara, but
I need to put the end of this plea bargain here.
Let's talk for a moment. Let me talk about the legal aspects, and then Dara, who's here, certainly wants to respond to it. But I want to just really briefly tell you a couple of things, Mr. Knoll. We've had many conversations in the past, and usually if we take our time and have a good conversation, we can kind of get a mutual understanding. And so I want to take a moment to share with you that our navigators work for the court and also for defendants who are struggling with financial circumstances or stability issues. They have to work within the confines of the social services system that has housing vouchers and things of that nature. So when you take a step towards stability with our court, you can earn a dismissal of a charge. And the other component of it is that they can then assist you in working with those agencies.
They haven't done that. They haven't done anything.
Well, and I'm going to have, Dara's going to meet with you and share with you what she thinks she's done. I don't want to make a big record of it in our courtroom. And she's happy to do that and she'll probably come down here in a few moments to meet with you.
First, I want to let you know I'm in a really bad mood because with this guy, we didn't have this conversation. He said like, what, 10 words? I knew where he was going with that. And I just said, I'm done talking to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
and that's for your court case. That's perfectly fine.
That's it, but that's why I'm kind of aggravated. So I apologize about that.
Understand.
I looked at his dog to death and,
But I want you to understand something. Is that
I apologize.
I'm taking the time to do this because I think you're a pretty smart guy, and you can when you're not as emotional as perhaps often, you're able to kind of digest information. And so when you're thinking about this later, understand that the government, it shifts from time to time. And sometimes none of us who work in the government have control of how it shifts. And so those housing vouchers that were so available, not just 6 months ago, are not nearly as available as they have been. And so our staff has to deal with that circumstance. And that means that it's not as easy to get people housed as we would like. And they do the best that they can for people. They put them in contact with those folks who have access to those vouchers. And those are the steps that you have to take in order to become eligible for housing. And so they've done what they can do, perhaps. And that may be what Dara might be sharing with you in a few moments, is they've taken the steps that they think they can take to make you eligible. But those vouchers are not as available as we would like. And that sometimes someone who maybe shouldn't have gotten a voucher gets a voucher, and someone who should have gotten a voucher doesn't get a voucher. We know that happens. It's not our preference. It's not Sebastian's preference. It's not Dara's preference. In a perfect world, there would be the ability to say, Mr. Knoll needs housing. How do we get him into housing? Can someone do that for him today? If I could do that, or if Sebastian or Dara could wave a magic wand and get you housed, we would. Nobody's trying to keep you from getting housed. It's in everyone's best interest that you get housed so that you can have a relationship with your dog and you have your own physical well-being better. All those things are things that we want for you. That's why we have this program. It's not because we want to pretend that we're going to do something and not do it. It's because we actually want to make progress for you. And sometimes we're dealing with a system that's not the system that we would make if we were creating it. Does that make sense?
I get it. It's just this whole situation is just, to me, I don't think that man should ever have anything to do with any type of animal cases, because his whole robotic is.
Now we're talking about something different. We're talking about something different now. We were talking about housing.
Stories lives, and said, I'm sorry, I am so extremely. That's the only kid I'm ever gonna have. You know what I'm saying? And he's sitting there talking about what we should, he's trying to make me put her down and this and that. I'm like, you know what? If you would have went through what she went through, then you probably would have killed yourself. So mystery with all that, as you're this hordes and out crap. You know what I'm saying, so I understand I'm not trying to be rude to you because you've always been fair to me. I don't think there's any real way that I'm gonna be able to calm down if I see my dog and I can just push some time past this. So I would like a lawyer.
We're gonna, all right, let's take that next step. Let's take that next step. I'm appointing the public defender because you told me that you're still living outside, which means that you're not able to afford a place to live, and we wouldn't be here perhaps if you had a place to live. So I get that. We're gonna reschedule you to come back on our public defender day, which will be July 8th. So that's the second Tuesday, and we're gonna give you paperwork when you leave here. And we'll have you come at 9:30 that morning. And so I'm appointing Ms. Toline to represent you. And she'll represent you on both of these open cases. And then you'll have the opportunity to discuss the cases with her She can have conversations with the prosecutors at that point. If you decide to set your case for trial, you'll still have the right to do that, okay? No pleas will enter
How
today.
far out could I push this trial?
We try to get them resolved pretty quickly because we don't want cases that are just languishing here in the court with no action on them. So your first court date is July 8th. If you decide to set it for trial, the trial could be as early as mid-August or somewhere after that, but it won't be before, it's probably in somewhere in that frame is between early August and the end of.
Left there anyway. So
I'm sorry?
I
didn't hear.
What's life left there anyway, so I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting at. She might have like 3 more months, you know what I'm saying, at the most. So I mean, it's like, if I just set that out, then it's not really a big deal to me.
Well, I'll let you discuss that with your public defender, but just understand the court's goal is to get cases resolved in a quick manner that's fair to both parties, fair to the prosecution, fair to the defendant. Okay?
Yep.
So why don't you just send them right up front, or do you want to give them setting notice here?
We're working on it right now.
Okay, we'll get you setting notice, and so you'll know when to come back.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm not trying to, again, apologize. Not trying to give you an attitude, that's what I figured to say. It is good.
I know.
That's what I'm thinking.
You're frustrated. I understand it.
I enjoy talking to my dad about, hey, maybe put it down when the health gets too bad. And it sucks, but I mean, that's just the way it is. She used to be able to run from like table mates all the way down with 39ers. This is like 2 years ago.
What's your dog's name? I've forgotten her name. Sadie. And I know she's important to you.
If she runs from like the parking ride, 10 minutes parking ride to the PDQ, she's getting winded. There's a big difference there. I can hear her at nighttime going. So it's just, I don't think she's gonna make it to trial. It's just, I still think about, I have to look at her quality of life and all sort of stuff like that. So I mean, I doubt that she can do a trial regardless because she's just getting to that point where, I'm not gonna be selfish about it and be like, no, I'm running around, you know what I'm saying? But she's suffering, man.
Yeah. Those are some of the hardest decisions that we have to make, Mr. Knoll. They're really, really hard.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna make it. Man, that's not been my concern. I just try to figure that, you know, people will be people. And everything she's been through to try to not be understanding of the situation. I understand people's safety and certain and stuff like that. But I mean, let's just be realistic with that dog. I don't know if you know too much about her as far as like her history. I hate to say it like that, but one person a year, I mean, that's progress.
That's perhaps your perspective, may not be the prosecutor's
I get that, you know,
perspective.
It's just, I've only had her legally for a year. You know what I'm saying? So this is, I had to get her almost biting everybody to, unreported bites. You know what I'm saying? The homeless community is that, everybody knows that. But it's to not, they're just people competitive now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just, I just think it'd be a really shame for them to sit there and like punish her for the things that happened to her. And this is how she is. That's not fair to her. That's not okay at all, as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
See, I'm saying,
Let's have that conversation with when you have your court appointed counsel here with you, okay?
but
All right. So we'll get you that setting notes. I think we're done with the rest of the docket. Thank you all for appearing and for working through the docket. Probably have some follow-up conversations with Chris, but if you can share how it went for you as far as the new process with Chris so that we can have some follow-up conversations with calling defendants out of. We'll have some conversations over on our side too, and then see if we can fine tune that process and make it a little bit.
oh, he was cool. And then when I came in, I saw where he was going. I just stopped there.
Yeah, I was talking about something separate with Mr. Altenberg, but not you.
Turn over, Mr. Knoll.
Yep.
Have a good day.
All right. I'm gonna step out. I'll lock my screen here. Do we have something this afternoon?
Do not.